Hi, welcome to Channel One TV. This is Football Made in Ghana on Channel One TV. My name is Gabi Ofe. Today we are at the Pobiman Sports Complex, the training venue for Accra Hearts of Oak, one of the teams who play in the top flight division, that's the Ghana Premier League. Today we'll be chatting with the club's head coach in the name of Masu Didi Dramani. For anyone who's followed Ghana Premier League or the local football, I think the name rings a bell, especially for, people who have followed him all the way from Kumasi Asante Kotoko and where he is now. Today he's coaching Accra Hearts of Oak. We'll be talking to him, looking at his journey so far since taking charge as head coach and what the future holds for him. You were a former assistant coach for the Black Stars. Just talk to me about that stint during your time with the national team.
I think that there was a concept that we tried to bring across in our working force. Fortunately, we all in the highest technical staff base have been fortunate to be working in Europe. And so our integration was so quick. It looked like we had worked together.
Okay.
Myself, George, and then Otto, and then Chris. And it was not like we have worked together, even though myself and Otto have worked closely, not working together, because in 2024, in 2014, we were both scouts for the Blasters in the 2014 World Cup in Brazil.
Yeah.
And then we just connected the moment we met, because, and then also we also had the opportunity of being educated around the FC Nordjylland. And so there are so many principles that gels with.
So you guys knew each other from that?
Yeah, we really knew each other, from 2014. And then also he also had the opportunity of being serving in FC Nordjylland in Denmark as a transitional coach. And then I happened to also go there to work as a transitional coach and assistant coach. So in terms of the terrains of philosophy and football culture and then style of play, we were all very in tune to putting across something or agreeing and then proportionally disagreeing on certain things, on clarity of conscience, not on clarity of hate or anything, but on clarity of conscience that I think that this is the way, and then you have to be able to channel your thoughts and your ideas in terms of what you believe in. And so these are very genuine football opinions in terms of subjective and then objective opinions.
Your thoughts on Otuado, because you worked with him and now he's the head coach. What have you made about him? I think it's almost a year and some months into his job as head coach for the Black Stars.
I think that there has always been a positivity in terms of someone who has had the opportunity of being in a place for 2 instances and qualifying a team on 2 World Cups. That's the highest of football, and so if somebody is able to do this in the highest form, I think that is the best that everyone will wish to have. And I think that and sometimes we think about success just to be what has just happened. But success is not about just what has happened. Success is just about the contribution of different components and different departments within the institution of football.
Okay.
And so once everyone can contribute something and then making it manifest, that is what the content is supposed to be. And when we do that, then we are able to build success together, and we are able to build success across board, and then it trickles down from the apex to the foundational level.
Speaking of success, I'm sure you were monitoring a section of Ghanaians that said that he should be sacked after failing to qualify the team to the AFCON. And then the narrative in the World Cup qualifiers was different. We qualified, I think it was just one loss.
I think that is why it is always important that in doing things, you need to be deliberate, you need to stay consistent, and then you need to be sustainable. If you can have, in the moment of sustainability, is for you to be patient. So first of all, you believe in something. That is why you have to be deliberate. So you need to be deliberate irrespective of immediate results. You need to be deliberate that we think that we want to give people an opportunity to grow. Because we want to improve in every aspect of our life. In as much as we want to improve, also we want to grow. So people improve, they develop, and they grow. And they don't grow alone. They have to grow within the system. And it's the systems that has to be put in place for this to manifest. The system in the sense that not for me to be motivated to do the work, but it's a system that has to tell me what I have to be doing. And in by so doing, you see that it is not for you to feel that today I feel like going to training or not. It is for you to know that the system does not allow you not to be in training. The system allows you to be in training because there's a gap that you have to fill. There's a gap, there's a pool that you have to, take people along. So this should be the inner feelings that is pushing you to do this or that and that.
The World Cup itself, you saw the draw, Panama, England, and Croatia. He will take Ghana to the World Cup again for the benefit of hindsight, what he did in Qatar 2022. And from the coaching perspective, are you expecting that he does way more better than what he did in Qatar?
Oh, I think that the experience in Qatar meant that I think that he would have learned a lot around it. Once you get the chance of being at the World Cup level, you are not just any coach. You are a coach with a purpose and then content, because you lead and then you get involved and then you get the feel, how to manage your squad, how to manage your staff, and it's not an easy moment. It's very intense, and you try to control the emotional parts and not be more too subjective, keeping a balance between subjectivity and objectivity, and then being more a human person, connecting with people, and then making sure that everybody, is realized, both administrators, management, and then the technical staff and players. You are getting everyone to be involved, and making sure that your outside staff are also being connected, scouts and everything, analysts. It's a whole package, and that package, he knows, and I know, and anyone who has had the chance of being in the environment of the World Cup, will tell you that that is why it's the final.
Have you got a good chance of getting out of the group? Under Otto,
it's very possible. I think that we keep emphasizing under Otto, but everybody has a role to play. You and I have our role to play, and then he has his role to play. The technical staff, everyone has his role to play. The players have their role to make the right decisions, and also our management and political faces have their role to play. Our support base have a role to play. I think that our objective is that we need to get out of the group stage. That is our motivation, and that is the line that we have to channel. That is the system we need to change. But it's not an easy. It's not an easy group. It's a very, very intense group. People will be talking about Panama. Any country that qualifies,
it's tough.
It's tough.
You mentioned that it's a collective effort that would have to come together to see the success of this team. And in your estimation, and I mean, if you were closer to the key figures or the higher powers, what do you think would be adequate preparation for this team in terms of the friendlies that
I think that it's good that we are playing England.
Okay.
England and then Germany.
Yeah.
We are playing Germany.
Yeah.
England and Germany, they lie in the same phase. So at least that will give you, and I'm sure that they will line out, the necessary. Unfortunately, you will not have chance to play so many matches. Sometimes maybe you have only one.
Just one.
Yes, and because the players are very busy, playing, their matches, and what is more key is that you do a lot of monitoring.
Okay.
Now it's not about scouting the player.
Yeah.
It's about just monitoring those that you think that they are within your friend, they are within your squad list, that you are sure that you are following them properly, and then when it's closer, you are able to shortlist the 30 to 40 man squad, and then you closely monitor again, and then you begin to grade the players.
Yeah, which is best.
Yes, you grade the players knowing that in your category of right backs, this is category A, category B, category C. So when there's an injury, you don't even think, you just know that the next person to fill in the situation, and it happens like that.
You have worked on the local scene for a long time with the Chan, with the GPL. Are you hoping that squad that makes it to the World Cup in USA, Canada, and Mexico has got at least the best, maybe 4 or 5 locals to mix in the foreigners?
I think that there's, in football, we try not to have something like quota system. It is the chance of giving people the opportunity when they deserve it.
Okay.
Yeah, when you work for it, why not? And I believe that a number of players have had the opportunity from the Chan team that I had to be with the Blasters. Kamaldeen had the opportunity to be with the Ebenezer Aban had the opportunity of being there. Nurdin is now in Scotland.
Yeah.
And then Razak Simpson have had the opportunity of being there. And Benjamin, got the opportunity to be there.
Yeah.
So it just tells clearly that the local content is getting more prepared, that when the opportunity comes, they are always able to take it. And that's why it is important that when we raise our standards at the domestic level, it's very, very important that they also stand the chance to be seen at that international level.
Talk to me about, I know you monitored what people were saying in the media circles and all of that. One of the things that a lot of people said was that Masudi Didi Dramani is more of a teacher or an instructor when it comes to football, and that you have moved away, or you have metamorphosed now into a teacher. And so people don't really think that it is the best time for you to get back on the pitch. What do you have to say to that?
I think that it is just an opinion that someone puts. It is for me to decide what I want for myself, and so I don't have much to say about that.
Okay.
People's opinions are supposed to be very subjective to them, and then your opinion is more objective.
When Hearts came calling, was there any reason or some reasons?
I think there were so many opportunities coming around that time, both within and outside, to choose. And because I had decided to come back to Ghana from Europe, and then to come and support in terms of transitioning of coaches, and then transition of players from the Right to Dream folks.
Okay.
So that gave Ghana the opportunity to have me to help the Blasters from 2022 to 2023, and so I just thought that why not just go and put in place a concept, and go and change a concept, because you always will have people who have imbibed the concept, and then you also think that you have a concept that you need to channel in terms of your contribution, in terms of creating value into people's life, both technical staff and then players. And so these are the inner the intrinsic motivations that pushes you to accept or to deny and a work.
Okay. Now let's talk about where you work, Accra Hearts of Oak. I just want to start off from a video I saw from one of the supporters after you played the goalless draw with Dreams FC. And it's something that is very recurring with their statement that they are not too pleased with the results this season. And funny enough, too, when you check the statistics, Hearts of Oak are actually one of the best defensive sides in the matches that they've played. But I think the draws have been many. What do you have to say to that?
The draws are better than losing, right? Assuming you were losing all those games.
Yeah. You think it would have been...
The narrative would be different. Definitely you'll drop.
Okay.
Those draws, so just look at the matches that we lost, the 3 matches that we lost. Assuming we had drawn in those 3 matches, our point builder would have been what?
It would have been way lesser, yeah.
So that 35 would have taken you away from the just 5 points from the league leaders.
Yeah.
So I think that definitely losing matches is not the outcomes that every coach wants. Drawing, sometimes you are pleased because you just think that it was a game you could have also lost. Drawing is always better than no point. But that is not to justify that it's okay. No. I wish maybe you had the opportunity of being in our locker room when we did briefing in a game, when we finish a game and we are debriefing. Even when we have, positive results, we still recap and say that we need to improve and we need to grow in certain aspects because we know that in the game, in every week, you need to improve and there's a lot that we do in terms of our preparation, in terms of our planning and preparation and how we have to carry ourselves. And these things are very, very genuine. They are not, I tell players that I want you to be, not to pretend, I want you to be the real person, be real. I'm very real. When I decide to do a job, I give it everything. If there's any other word that is more than best, I would have used, but I think that there's no word that I can get beyond doing my very, very best. I do my best and more than I have ever done. In actual sense, when it comes to football and I'm contributing, I don't know how to hold it. I just give it everything that I have, even beyond. This afternoon, for instance, I'll come back again and then do a positional training with just only the midfielders.
I see.
Yes.
Just the midfielders?
Just the midfielders.
Wow.
Yesterday I was here, even when it was raining, just working only with the attacking players. So genuinely we know what our responsibilities are. I've passed the level where somebody has to tell me what I have to do. I know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
If I don't do something, maybe it is just beyond my control or it is just not within my context. So I think that outcomes, sometimes we don't control them. We don't control outcomes, but we control the processes. And so what we are supposed to control are things that we are really likely to be able to do. And that is what we have been doing, to try to keep right structure, try to keep consistency. But I think that it is genuine to say that we have not been consistent enough. It's an area we need to improve on, try to be consistent in attainment of positive outcomes, like winning 3 matches in a row. And that can change things. And so we have been consistent in terms of performance and in terms of keeping some structures, but we need to translate this into higher performance institution in terms of performance in terms of outcomes.
Okay. I'm looking at the league table now, and somebody will say that if Hearts of Oak could have scored a lot of goals,
it's always easy. If we had even half goal to win games,
you think they would have
even extended the
league? Yeah, because I'm
league.
looking at the table, even with Goal Stars, who is second and has -1, with Midiama, who is topping and has goal plus of 16. It means that if the club is able to work more on scoring goals, I think they'll be top of the table.
I think it's not about working more. If it is working more, that's what we've been doing.
Okay.
It's about just staying very consistent in achievement of what we're doing. It's about becoming more improving in decision makings in key moments of the game and very decisive moments of the game. I think that we have not made good decisions in some very key moments of the game.
Okay.
And I started talking about this right from the beginning of the league up to date. And I know that process is what it means. It's a continuous and it's a work in progress.
Mm.
And remember that we've had a couple of players merging up with the older ones.
Okay.
And that takes a long time to gel. Team building it's a process. And team building is a collective process, and it's a process of building components within the structure. And especially when you go to a place when you are changing a new concept into another concept and getting an aligned concept across board, it's a huge responsibility. And it's a responsibility to have clear beliefs, and it's a responsibility to have a clear trust. And this trust has to keep you with the right focus. And if we all know what focus is all about, it's about not allowing yourself to be distracted.
Okay.
And being very intentionally aligned with what you are doing. And that is what I keep talking about, trust and belief.
Mm. A very big fan of Didi Dramani says I should ask you that. What is the Didi Dramani football philosophy? What is the Didi Dramani football philosophy?
Oh, you know, I first of all, I try to create value into people who come around me.
Okay.
Not just the players, coaches and staff. So irrespective of how you saw football, when you come closer to me, I support you to get into a bigger understanding of the game.
Okay.
The game is different from the sport. So you have to understand the game itself. Then when I'm speaking, then you really align and then understand exactly what I'm talking about. I don't speak much. I speak just football.
I see.
Always I speak football. And that is why I align football to be a school of life.
Okay.
Even when I'm speaking about life situations, I align it to football. So my clear playing philosophy is always trying to build a comprehensive team that plays more possessive.
Okay.
Try to remain very compact and play progressively. So when you take these components to speak about, then you have to have a clear style of play that has clear values. The clear values is talking about a value of goal orientation. Goal orientation in the sense that when we have the ball, we want to create more scoring chances and score more goals. Goal orientation in the sense that when we don't have the ball, we try as much as possible to put the opponent under pressure so that we can win the ball quickly. That is our purpose of goal orientation.
Okay.
Now, we want to also be aggressive. Our value in terms of aggression is when we have the ball, we have to play with the higher speed. So we are quick with passes, quick to get into positioning when we have the ball. When we don't have the ball, we want to be aggressive on the opponent so that we will put him under pressure and win the ball in the quickest possible time. Now, we want to be in command of play. That is our third point. We want to be in command of play. Being in command of play means that when we have the ball, we want to win some positions, some spaces, so that we can control the game. When we don't have it and the opponent have the ball, we still want to take some positions and spaces so that we still control them, even though we don't have the ball.
Okay.
The last one is that we want to be very, very clear and be focused. And that means that we need to play with the clear dimensions. So we know exactly what we are doing. We have the ball in our third, what we are doing. We have the ball in the middle third, we know what we are doing. We are finishing, we know what the finishing positions are. We don't have the ball. We know exactly what we have to do. We are defending low, we are defending medium, we are defending high. We know what we are pressing. What type of pressing are we doing? So we are very, very clear in this dimension. So these are our clear 4 values that we put, that will be pushing us to do this or that. And that has nothing to do with our style of play. Our style of play comes out with 8 processes. These 8 processes have 4 offensive processes and 4 defensive processes. Now, the 4 offensive processes are the O1, that is building out in phase 1, building up in phase 2, building up in phase 3, and building up in phase 1. Building up in phase 1 means that we are building up from the goal kicks. So that is what we call the O1.
Okay.
In our O2 is that we are building up in control. That now we are getting ready to break through or to keep in control, or when we lose the ball, then we can get it back. Our building up in the third phase is that we want to penetrate. So that's breakthrough. How do we penetrate? We have to keep some positions. So this is what is leading us, so that you can always address it. If things are not going rightly, you can address it. You cannot coach football in a vacuum. You can only control it, coach it within that setup. So phase 4 is that finishing phase. That in that phase of the box, we know what is our danger zone. In that danger zone, when we are finishing up from an attack from the left side, we know where is our zone 1, we know where is zone 2, we know where zone 3, zone 4, zone 5, zone 6 and 7. Then we can have the attacking balance, so that when we even don't score, then we can win the ball back. It's the same thing with our defensive zone. That our defensive zone 1, first phase is that counter pressing. When we lose the ball, immediately we have to win the ball back. Second is that we have to recover. When we are played out, we have to be able to recover and get into the right position. Third phase of our defending is when we defend in shape, organized defending, that is pressing. How we have to press.
Yeah.
Are we pressing with the 9? Are we pressing with the wingers, or we are pressing with the number 10? It's clear. And then the fourth one is what you saw us doing today.
Okay.
That is defending the box. When we are defending the box, it has its clear principles. Where the goalkeeper has to be, depending upon where the ball is, where the first centre back has to be when you are playing the back 4 or back 3, where the midfielder has to be, where the winger has to be, where the striker has to be. Everyone has, so there's no ambiguity when we are coaching. There's no coincidence, because the game of football, it's very complex. So you don't have to make it complicated. Because it's complex, you need to take out that coincidences by creating principles, phases of the game situations, relations, and the individuality. These 5 things are what I put in our created style of play, so that you know which phase of defense are you working on, which phase of attack are you working on, and then what phase of play is it? Is it defensive phase, middle phase, or attacking phase?
Yeah.
Then players are very clear in terms of their education. The current Hearts of Oak players have been similarly better educated.
Okay.
So when you speak with them,
you're able to grasp
the content, you in the content, you feel that this player understands what he does on the pitch.
Okay.
Because we do our video session, we do our character sessions, where we try to align with the habits, to improve habits, to improve behaviors, because they have to be accountable, they have to be honest, they have to be responsible, and that is the only way somebody can own something.
I know coaches don't like to speak about individual players, but I want you to talk to me about Benjamin Asare. What's it like working with him? And people say because you are here coaching him, that's what actually propelled him to get a call up into the Black Stars.
I think that I had Benjamin in 3 phases. The first phase was 2022 after the World Cup. The World Cup was 2022.
Yeah, in Qatar.
Was it 2022?
2022.
2022.
Yeah.
So before the World Cup, when I was appointed as the assistant coach, I was co-appointed as the head coach of the Black Galaxies.
Yeah.
So after the World Cup, So I had a call-up, and he was part of the call-up. Agbesi was part of the call-up. Felix Che was part of the call-up. Freddy Kasari was part of the call-up that I called about 8 goalkeepers. Aziz Adari, and then and then Kobe, formerly of Mediama. Apia, so they were all part of it. At that time, Benjamin was not number 1. He was neither number 2. But when I went around again to monitor players, I saw that, and I had time to speak with him to tell him that I think that he needs to improve with his feet play. And I had time working with Richard Kingston.
Okay.
So we were always talking. And anytime I went to watch Olympics play, Benjamin was always improving.
I see.
It was crazy. His margins of improvement was too much. He was improving game after game. So I saw that this was somebody who was improving every time. He was improving better than any other player. Apart from Solomon Agbesi, who also had a chance to be with the Dreams in their confederation. So he was improving. And then when I saw him in House of Oak, I saw that he had moved further miles. And so the second one was when I called them back again in the Black Galaxies.
Okay.
And he was a different person, and that was why I made him the captain. And he now became the number 1 with the same group.
I see.
So can you imagine, with the same group, became the number 1. So it was obvious that when Otto came around our team, he came to watch us training, and then we sat together, and then he saw them. He saw Ali and Co and Razak and Co, Aban and everyone. And so it gives him a very fair idea of who, when the chance comes, he'll be able to lead like Isaac Affle and others. So they all had the chance of being in the Blasters. I think that is the only times when you found many of the domestic players getting into the first. You see 1 or 2, but this one there were so many. So the third one is me being with him at the club level. So can you imagine? There's more. So the connection is so easy. He knows how I work. He knows the space in which I occupy. It is so nice when you see our boys in the team meetings, the contributions they give, both when we are doing character and when we are doing tactical works in terms of watching on the opponent or watching our own highlights, and then what they contribute in terms of this. I think that's why I said they are being similarly better educated.
Where do you see the club finishing, Hearts of Oak?
Hearts of Oak, I think that we'll do very, very well. We are still in a very full contention of the Premiership. And remember what I just said. 8 points. I said yes. I said what is important is that we need to improve in our conversion rate. We need to be more consistent, like winning 2-3 matches. That is the consistency that I'm talking about. When we're able to do this, you'll see how we will fly, because we have been very consistent in so many aspects. The difficult aspect of the game, we've been very, very consistent. Team chemistry has been very, very connected. You saw the training. You saw how noisy the place is. What brings about noise? Noise comes when people believe in what they are doing, when people are happy where they are around, when people like what they are doing, when people are connected to each other by the bonding. When people are so clear in their mind in terms of what is at stake, when people understand the direction where they are going, when people are more justified and know that, no, I just have to prove what I have in training. And I think I have used almost everyone. I have
in the squad, right?
Yes, I have just not used just about 4 players. 4 players, the younger ones. And the younger ones, you need to transition them. But with the older ones, it's just 1 player who has not had the chance of playing. And that one, he has been very absent due to sicknesses and then injuries from preseason and then post-preseason and even in season. And then he just returned 3 days ago from sickness. So, and he knows that he's not had the chance. And he has been with the squad also for some time, but he knows that he has not had chance to play because of that inconsistency of him not, and he doesn't control that sickness. Nobody controls that. But apart from that, the squad I played.
You're happy with the squad?
Yeah.
Let's talk to you about the level of support from the key figures, the board. How's it been for you?
I think that everybody is doing his best. I think that is the best that they can always do. And as I said, the heroes of success is a comprehensive product that need to be advertised, and then that need to be resourced also. So even my kids, guys, I respect them very much. And sometimes I don't wait for them. Before they even come, they will see that I would have set up everything. And I still acknowledge the small responsibilities that they come. Sometimes they ask you, should we take this one out? Should we bring in this one? It's very massive. And so I respect the girls, ladies like this. I have time when I interact with them a lot, because they are the ones that face the pitches to look good. And so that is their contribution. So they need to be acknowledged. So when success comes, you don't feel that you are the only one who did it.
Yeah.
No. They contributed massively, and this contribution is massive, including what you are doing now. You want to reach out with our bigger fans. And so if you are not taking that pain to come in here, you will not listen to all this content that you are getting. And for me, I tell people that there's a lot in me. If you don't get closer to me, you will not find it.
That's true.
And so I don't work with perceptions. No. You can perceive me from distance, but when you get to me, your perceptions will be you see that you had negative perception, but the perception you get because for me, everything that I do is mostly football. So I respect people who take the pain to come to my environment, because it's football that I do the whole of my life. Apart from my childhood, when I was breastfeeding, when I was breastfed. But when I grew up and I could walk, my father gave me ball, and I always had football. And so it's football that I've schooling from grassroots to university is football. Even when I stopped playing in the Premier, I went to the university. So people saw me and they were like, if you had a chance of meeting Professor Sapon in Winneba, or my boss, Otia Kenten, he would tell you that even at my university, universities in the US, were still interested in having me to go and play. And I said, I've stopped playing. Oh, I'm a coach. I'm not a, and so I'm just keen, somebody who is keen in the game. And as I told you, my philosophy is always trying to create impact in people's life, not just footballers.
How long do you intend staying with the club?
As much as I can walk.
I see.
As much as I can walk, and I can deliver. I think that I've always said that many coaches, good coaches, have come and they have contributed. I'm not saying I'm the only one contributed. My predecessors have done their contribution. It is based on that I'm building on what is being done now. And so I can always do my best. And when surely my time will come when I will leave, whether I like it or not, even if I don't want to leave, when the time comes and then God asks that I've finished my life in the world and I have to return to Him, my work has finished. and so I always feel that as much as I still remain relevant, and I will always remain relevant because I'm a learning person. I'm very reflective. So when I work with people, I want them to be very reflective, because human beings, we need to be reflective practitioners. That is how you can know what to improve and how to get better.
Is there pressure on you to etch your name into the history books of Hearts of Oak? I say so because the last coach to guide the team to success was Samuel Boadu, winning the title and also 2 FA Cup trophies. Is there pressure to also?
I remember I also came from somewhere.
Yeah, you won 2 titles with Manchester.
So I won everything that matters, and so I don't even talk about it. To be honest with you, I don't talk about the past.
Okay.
I talk about the present and then into the future. That is what is more important. Honestly, I didn't even check who was what had happened. No, I inherit what is at stake, and I objectively accept, and that is what I call I meet them where I find it, and I bring
and I continue from there,
and I try to do my very, very best. And that is why initially I said if there's anything that is more than the best, I would have thought about it. But what I'm doing is my utmost best.
Yeah. But before I go, this is what I want you to do for me. Do you know how to speak?
I think I tried. I think I was in your studio
sometime
when I availed from Denmark.
Yeah,
with my CEO, and I tried
the
with Tyru, right?
It should be, or in Ketia. One of them.
But Tyru was there, right?
Yeah, Tyru was
there. Tyru speak good pidgin.
Okay.
It's like I tried and I struggled. It was so crazy.
You can still
yeah, look, I was trying to fake to go to pidgin, and I said, hey, how do I fake it? I'll try.
So you want to try today?
I want to try.
Okay. So I don't know. So okay, let me ask you a question. What be your favorite foodie they chop?
I feel chop kinky. Kinky be something where I feel to chop, and
okay.
I feel to chop kinky because I feel say kinky be something where go keep long.
Okay, go keep long for your tummy inside.
For my tummy inside.
Final one be who be your favorite player for Europe? Which player they like? Wow.
Hey, this one they kill me. I say, if you be coach.
Okay, coach, there you go feed you.
It be difficult question where
if I think through.
Think through.
Okay.
It be difficult question because
okay, then make you do coach. Who be your favorite coach? We coach they adore, they like wow.
You know, the periods where I get to Europe.
Mm-hmm.
I go find Pellegrini.
Okay. Manuel Pellegrini, former Citi.
And then
Citi boss.
In Citi. And then I found also
Mancini.
Roberto Mancini.
Oh.
And then
I see.
Yes. So I saw all this one. So
okay.
So these be coaches where align
your philosophy
with what I was thinking. You know, you don't philosophy. You don't finish building it.
Okay.
You fit get thoughts about how you want football
make you go.
Okay. So then you begin to align with another coach in that line, and then you now feel think like I think this coach be someone where I for work with, and then this coach be guru where I feel pick things from, and then now you feel think like okay, I feel align myself like
with that coach,
with this coach. So I still pick my lines with Pep in that order. So sometimes I find it difficult to say it be this coach
be your favorite,
be my favorite. Because there are Zevi also aligned in this.
That be well understood, coach. So you right now I go grade your pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I will give you.
Let me grade myself. I will get like 5.5.
5.5. Well, fair enough. Yeah, you fair.
Or 4.
Oh, no, I think you do okay. You do okay.
I try my best.
The next time I go see you, we go talk more of that pigeon. So, but I think you've done well. So 5.5.
5.5
over 10.
Over 10.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Pass mark.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Coach. I like to have 100 or 9.
Make you go reach there. I appreciate your time. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah, it's so nice talking to you. Yeah. And sometimes, pardon me when you try to find me.
Sure, that's okay.
I don't find, and sometimes when you align with me, like let's meet, and then you derail from the wheels. then I also have to technically I have to intentionally
also pull back
for some period, and then for you to recall yourself before coming back. But I think that it was nice having you around to also have the chance of seeing how the boys work. At least when you do that, it also gives you a clear indication of what to speak about, what to expect, especially when you come to watch us play. Thank you so much for
Thank you
having
too.
me.
I appreciate it. And I wish you all the best again.
Thank you so much.
And
Happy
club.
New Year.
Yes, many happy returns. So that's Coach Didi Dramani. He's the head coach for Accra Hearts of Oak. They play their club football in the Ghana Premier League. You heard him right. He says he wants to stay as long as he has the energy to do, and hopefully, I'm saying this, he did not say that. Hopefully he wins the GPL title for the Hearts of Oak fans. And for the Hearts of Oak fans who are disgruntled about the recent results, he says it's just a matter of time and it's team building. So you guys should understand that it's a long project and the wins will come. This is Football Made in Ghana on Channel 1 TV. My guest today was Coach Didi Dramani, and I'm Gabi Ofe. We're back same time with another interesting episode every Wednesday on Channel 1 TV. Bye-bye.